starring me, Allison. Oh wait, no. Sorry, we have a little bit of a Big Brother takeover, a la Big Brother 17. I am now the head of household. Allison has raging IBS issues and can't be on the show tonight. So it's me and Deb to start off. Deb, how are you doing today?
Fabulous.
Good. And we're going to have Andrew Gibson and Kim joining us in just a few minutes. They just walked in the door, so they're pampering themselves up. They're just getting nice and ready for the show. But we have a lot to talk about here with this crazy double eviction. What did you think?
Well, did I just not message you right before the show and manifest a Nicole HOH?
So for those that aren't in our private chat, obviously. So Deb messaged me maybe like 5 minutes before the double eviction started. And she goes, manifesting a Nicole HOH win. And of course, it ended up happening. Hey, Andrew, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, guys? That's how a double should be.
Yes. I was screaming.
Yeah. So I don't know where y'all are in the conversation, but a couple weeks ago, Tyler, you specifically said that it was too late in the game for a double.
I still think that is true. Because think about this. We could have had all week of Nicole as head of household for the first time. And like her deciding between like the two different pairs in the house, maybe we would have gotten a different result, or just a lot of entertainment and like who will she put up on the block whatsoever.
So as I agree with what you're saying, but for the Nicole win edit that we need, I think it worked better in a double than it did in a week-long situation, because Nicole played the game when, if it was a week-long situation, somebody very easily could have controlled that and made that case in the end. For the Nicole edit that people want to win, for her story, this was the right move.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit? So what do you mean by like the Nicole winner's edit?
Well, and maybe edit's a bad idea because that's what production does. But yeah. For the Nicole campaign, for her to build her story, she needed to prove that this was her HOH. She did this. She was able, and because of the lack of time, I don't think she can necessarily say, hey, someone else played that HOH for me. Because she didn't allow other people to get into her ears because there wasn't time for that to happen, she has a better say. Jackson can't necessarily take credit for that. Holly can't necessarily take credit for that. Now, they can say the alliance we formed helped set that up. Absolutely. But she can say, I stuck with that and I made the decision at the end of the day. Jackson didn't choose to nominate them. Holly didn't choose to nominate them. I chose to nominate them. Do I feel that she made the best move? No.
Yeah.
I feel like it should have been Jackson, should have been the main target, because I feel like he's the biggest threat to win. I think Christy has the best in-game story, but Christy was crying in the freaking POV. Like, she cracks under pressure. So I feel like it would have been a better route to put up Jackson and Holly. But she can say that she made those decisions.
Yeah. Deb, what do you think? Do you think that Nicole made the right move here? Or are you kind of on the same page as Andrew in terms of, she should have put up Holly and Jackson instead?
Well, the thing with Holly and Jackson is they're not really good with days. And the end game is a lot of mental.
Yeah.
So they may run into problems in the end game with the mental portion. So, and that's Nicole and Cliff's strong point.
Yeah.
If that's the strategy you're going, though, Tommy should have been your target instead of Christy, because Tommy's proven that he's better in those mental comps than Christy is.
Oh, no, I agree. Tommy should have been the target tonight, because Christy with Tommy is a hot fucking mess.
Yeah.
She will not be able to function in the house without Tommy. So, and she will definitely crack under pressure.
She even admitted herself, like, to Julie Chen tonight. She said, Tommy saved me twice. Like, he's the one that's like pulling out these wins. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she hasn't had a win since her HOH the very first week, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So why do you guys think that
she's really come close in a lot of things?
She definitely has, but you guys are right. Like, she cracks under pressure. We saw like a classic example of her doing that tonight, right? So she's tied up with Cliff. Like, I really thought that she was going to pull out the win here, guys.
I wanted her to.
I was scared.
And then Oh, she like gets in her own head. She doubts herself, and then she changes her answer. And for anybody that's going to be on a future season, well, they're probably not watching this show. They're probably at a bar at Texas A&M. But you know, they advice for any future house guests: go with your gut. Go with what you think is right. Like, don't second guess yourself, because it literally could have costed Christy $500,000 tonight.
Hey, listen, if Christy won the veto and took herself off and Nicole put up Mickey, who do you think that they would have voted out? Would they have voted him out?
Tommy still goes.
Tommy still goes?
Yeah, I think so.
Because you don't piss off the second pair. You don't piss off the second pair and show yourself that you floated. But Nicole and Cliff made that statement that they're loyal to Mickey and Holly. They stick with that. They carry that through. I don't think you now flip-flop, piss off Tommy and Christy, leave only Holly or Mickey, and now you've got a pissed off Tommy and Christy because you just nominated them, plus whoever survives,
True.
or plus Holly, now 3 versus 2, when I still think that Nicole and Cliff, as much as they made the shot at Tommy and Christy, Tommy's still best option is try to team up with Nicole and Cliff.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, girl.
I've been hanging out over here for like 3 minutes going, Tyler, look at me.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to troubleshoot the chat because it's I don't think like the chat is refreshing. So if somebody else could pull up the chat and kind of reference that
I've
throughout.
got it up.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you. Kim, what's your first reaction about this double eviction? What did you think?
My first reaction, yes. Oh my gosh, I sat here and cried almost. I was driving home, so I couldn't
Did you
really
scare your
cry.
cats? Did you scare your cats from screaming?
Did I scare my cat?
Yeah.
I don't know, did I might have, but poor Duncan. But no, I was driving home and saw Nicole, and I can't wait to watch it when it actually broadcasts here, so I can see it on the TV instead of on my phone. But it looked like she kind of kicked all their asses, didn't she?
She really did. It wasn't even close, honestly.
Terrence, what are you going to do? Count specifically says a good point. If you're still going to take out Christy or Tommy, if the veto was used, you should have put up Holly instead of Mickey, just to say, hey, you've been on the block, and get rid of that as a resume builder.
Absolutely.
So I was thinking about this. I was thinking about how Nicole could like really set herself up for moving forward in this game, because now that Tommy is on his own, you know, it might turn out like that Holly and Jackson are really going to go after Cliff and Nicole, and vice versa. Like the two groups of two will go after each other. So I was thinking about this, like before nominations happen, like if I were Nicole, maybe I just go out into the living room and I say, I'm torn between the two couples. Like, can you guys like pitch to me your case for like why I should target the other group instead of you guys? Because this really kind of solidifies this picking off like those two groups. So whoever is left out of that group, say they win head of household, you know, that I like, it's like building animosity for them to continue going after that other group instead of maybe shifting the target, the attention onto Nicole and Cliff. What do you guys think? Is that too flashy?
I think that you make Mickey and Holly doubt you. You've been showing them, saying that you're loyal to them. So the minute that you do that to them, they're like, she almost considered nominating us. Can we trust her moving forward? Instead of now, I still think they might try to pick off Tommy, or at least nominate Tommy up front to make it look like they are, and giving them a chance to turn things around. Here's what I want to see happen. I want to see Mickey win HOH, nominate Cliff and Tommy, Nicole win veto, take off Cliff, Tommy and Holly are sitting on the block, and Holly goes home on Jackson's HOH.
Wow.
Because the votes would be 2-0, because the 2 votes would be Cliff and Nicole. And they could potentially do that, because if Mickey's HOH, he doesn't get to play in the next one.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of theories in the chat right now talking about how there's 5 people, but only 3 weeks. Is a reset coming? Is there still some other twist? What's going to help to prolong the fact that there's 5 people with 3 weeks left?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I mean, this is pretty standard. Time left for the remaining house guests. So once it gets down to the wire, like once we're in like final 5, like final 4, like they tend, or especially like final 4, final 3, they don't take a whole week to play a veto and an eviction. Like like there's only so much like end game left. No matter like how like crazy the final 4 may be, you know, it doesn't need like an entire week to play out. And you know, these people that are left, like these final 4, they're just bored to tears at this point. Like they are just sitting around waiting for like maybe like 5 or 6 days. So production just like speeds this up a little bit. They don't make it any more longer than it has to be. So we're right on schedule. I don't think there's like a reset or anything coming. I think we definitely would have heard about it by Julie tonight, but we didn't. So
no, she talked about BB Comics being next week, but you got to figure. So we're at 5 right now.
Yeah.
Next week, next Thursday, they're going to evict 1, which puts us at 4. And then we've got,
that puts us at 3 on the 19th.
And then that puts us at 3 on the 19th, which gives them those days to play parts 1, part 2. And then part 3 is going to be on finale night, which is a Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What you'll see happen though is, if I remember correctly, and don't count me wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong, it'll start changing, because it'll be eviction that Wednesday, the 18th, and then the 19th Thursday show will be almost like a recap-y kind of show with maybe part 1, and then you'll go into the 22nd will be part 2, and then your finale will be the 25th.
Well,
I hate those stupid recap shows.
What'd you say, Tyler?
I was just gonna say I hate those stupid recap shows, but you're probably right on the money, Andrew. Like they do that recap show, and then they
the breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. And then they finish it out with like introducing part 1 of HOH, and that's the who will win part 1 of Head of Household competition.
Right.
And so if that's the truth, next Thursday would be your last eviction Thursday, and it would shift to Wednesday as we go into finale week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talk about
break down the show at all?
No, we really get too into the weeds about it. We talked about how Nicole just like kicked butt on the competition for Head of Household, and then we saw Cliff pull out the what the bleep veto. I gotta say, I love this competition every year. I really look forward to it.
I love it.
So funny.
Yeah, it's good. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that Tommy is not going to have any hard feelings against Nicole. I think that
I agree.
he's so freaking proud that she won, because it's been so emotional for her not being able to win anything and not being picked for any vetoes. And then she finally, wins something. And this is really big to win the double eviction, HH.
Okay. But can we take a step back to the beginning of the show, and they vote out Jessica 4-0,
which I was so happy.
And
yeah.
Okay, I was thrilled about that.
All right, I totally forgot that she even got evicted tonight. That's how much of just
my ears bleed every day from listening to her.
She got out like 2 sentences, plus all of her shout outs, for crying out loud. The shout outs are ridiculous this year. And gets voted out, and then gets out there. Julie got it. There was only enough time for her to answer 1 question, because it takes her forever. And so there was literally 1 question, and Julie was like, yeah, okay, well, that was fun. So
90 seconds. The whole interview was 90 seconds.
And 10 of the seconds was Jessica going, "Oh gosh, Julie, you scared me." It was just like the most awkward silence followed by a laugh. It was just so cringy.
And
so bad.
And then it's like, so you can catch the goodbye messages and the rest of this interview on cbsallaccess.com. And I'm thinking, there's going to be freaking 17 hours of interview with Jessica, and it's only going to be like 6 questions.
The Piano Man All-Star said that Jess is all-star material.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Let's go.
The only person all-star material, we talked about this, Andrew, right? The only all-star material person in this cast is Christy.
I think yes, but I think Tommy I think has a case. I don't think Tommy's played a bad game. Why is that face, Kim? Let's go. I'm ready.
Because Tommy hasn't played a great game at all. Tommy, okay, it's been Christy that's gone to battle. Okay, Tommy's won the 2 POVs and saved her ass for sure.
Christy's gone to battle, but Tommy's bailed her out.
But hold on. Would he have done that if they didn't already know each other?
For someone, yes. I believe that Tommy would have ride or died loyal to someone. I believe that
to Christy?
Not necessarily, but what does that not make him? That doesn't make him a bad player. He plays the same strategy.
How's Christy an all-star when she just got her ass drug off the block twice by Tommy? She was up on the block 4 weeks in a row.
Christy's an all-star because she flipped the vote that won. That was an all-star move. That gave her an all-star spot.
She made
her being an all-star has
no. That's like saying Jessica's an all-star because she got Jack out.
No, guys. All-stars are not the best players. They are the most polarizing characters. They are the most iconic characters over the past few seasons, and you can't sit here and argue that Christy is not like a big personality, a big character. Like, she is the face of Big Brother 21.
I don't agree with your definition of an all-star, but I agree that Christy is one.
Okay, so you think Erica is one of the best players for Big Brother 7 for them to bring back based on gameplay? No way.
Jace on the bikini.
A pre-jury flop? No way. No, absolutely not. Like, they pick these people not because of who's the best players. They pick them based on their legacy. Christy has a legacy. You know, my mom who just watched.
So what was Erica's legacy?
That's my she's like the hot girl.
That is your point.
No. They had to fill like the hot girl slot. That's my opinion on that.
Janelle was in the house.
There were
Janelle
really good playing hot.
Janelle felt like
in the house.
No. Janelle definitely fits the comp piece. Diane, I don't know. I think she's a little overrated in my opinion. But anyway, so my point being, my mom just watched her first episode of Big Brother ever with me tonight. And like, of course, like Christy's like, oh my God, guys, I love you so much. I don't know what I'm going to do without you. Please save me. And my mom was like, are you freaking serious? Get her out of here. Tyler, I can't believe you watch this crap with somebody like this on that show. Like, my mom, who's never watched the show, had such a strong reaction to Christy, albeit like either positive or negative. It doesn't matter. What casting wants is really rich characters that bring out just a strong opinion about them one way or another. And Christy fits that bill of this season more than anybody.
I agree. I think that Christy could be an all-star, but I don't think she's the only one from this cast.
I don't disagree with that statement.
Yeah, I don't think we've only got one all-star in this cast. I think it's actually, even though the first 4 weeks sucked, the rest of it since then, I think, has been some relatively good gameplay, considering there's only like 3 people that have seen the show, maybe no, 4 people that have seen the show beyond what they got to analyze in Sequester.
Definitely. Okay. I mean, nobody can argue that this end game of this season has been really exciting. Like, we don't have like a Tyler in Big Brother 20. We don't have a Paul for Big Brother 19 that is just absolutely steamrolling. And the narrative of the season is Paul going to lose? Is Tyler going to win? Like, you know, we still have no idea who could win this game, and especially with the dead weight of Jessica out of the house finally. It really is any of these 5 people's games. Absolutely. It really is.
Couple comments from the chat. AB told you to stop it, Tyler.
I'll go.
Tracy Burke said fans voted Erica in right in season 7. I don't think we ever knew officially who was fan voted and who was production voted. So I don't know that we know. I would hope that the fans didn't vote Erica in, but that was not done. Weston said Jack is an all-star. I mean Aquaman.
Not happening. Never, ever happening.
Production would never bring him back, considering the TMZ headline.
Never.
Tracy said, first we have to manifest an all-star season. Is it ever going to happen? I have a theory on that. I don't know if we're ready to get into that yet. We could maybe get into that.
No, I want to hear it. Let's go.
Yes.
This is my show tonight. Go for it.
I think an all-star season could happen next summer. I know you're going to disagree, Cam, and it's never going to happen. But again, I have to look at the timetable. We got a renewal today.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really early.
That's really early. Last year, we didn't get a renewal this season until we got casting announcements before we got an official renewal for this current season. So I feel like there is a plan for next season. Is it all-stars? I don't know. Is it fans versus favorites? I don't know. But I feel like they already have a plan in their mind for this season. I also think the last 2 seasons have been set up for a plan with the 2 newbie seasons. I think they knew that, hey, if we want to go into a returning cast, if we want to do a half returning half, we've got to get some more newbie first straight seasons. So that's what I think. So yes, is it an all-stars? It could be. I do feel like next season there will be returning aspects.
I don't think
this is just
the reason why I think that it was announced so early is because I have the feeling they're going to let Canadians apply.
No way.
They just started casting BB Can, which will be Canadians, obviously. But because of Survivor opening up, CBS allowing Canadians to apply, I have the feeling that they are going to have.
But there's not a Survivor Canada.
Huh?
There's not a Survivor Canada.
Yeah, there is.
Is there?
Yeah.
Why are we not?
I've never heard of Survivor Canada. Never heard of it.
Yes, not anymore. There was.
Okay, but there's not currently.
Amazing Race.
I don't think you're gonna. I don't think if 2 seasons are still in season, I don't think you're gonna cast Canadians for America at all, unless you're setting up for next summer that everyone would love. Let's go BB Can versus BB USA. I mean, let's go.
BB Can would wipe the floor, like no matter who is cast.
But that wouldn't be Can versus USA. I'm talking about an all-stars. Let's go BB Can versus BB USA.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Big Brother Canada would just totally wipe like any of these pools that they cast on Big Brother US. For sure. But maybe this is just fan fiction on my part, but maybe they're doing an all-star season because they're firing all of casting team and taking this year to find a new casting team. And so they're like, just F it, we'll just do all-stars just to give us some time to find a new casting team. You heard it here first. That's what I want.
Well, I know who they should hire.
CBS, if you're watching, you can hire me and I will do it for 1/10 of the amount that Robin did it. And I promise it would be better. And I would do it for 1/10 of what you pay, Robin.
They just need to hire Audrey Middleton.
Yeah, I mean that too. Yeah,
I don't disagree, but that's never going to happen.
But getting back to this awesome double eviction tonight, of course we saw Cliff kind of seal the deal and finish the job that Nicole did. Really impressed by him. Once Christy left, I looked at like the final 5 and I'm like, I cannot believe that Cliff has gotten this far. It's really crazy.
I said it last week. I'll say it this week. I said it last week. I'll say it this week. This could be the twice in 1 year for the first time ever that Survivor and Big Brother could have an evicted or voted out player win the game. Cliff has the story if he gets there. I truly believe that we could see it. And Cliff has a whole lot better story than our Survivor winner. Because Cliff never missed a day. But I could see for the first time ever in Big Brother, and then it would be the second time ever that I've known in a CBS show at least, that an evicted player wins the game.
And also would be amazing for an older player to win the game.
If he wins, he will be the oldest player to win the game, period.
Right.
So
yeah.
And
across
it's
Big Brother
H-Town,
Canada as well.
baby. H-Town, baby. Houston, Texas
Now,
represent.
Now, I don't want to give Cliff too much credit here because, like, yes, there is like a night and day difference between the amount of respect I have for Cliff's game versus the amount of respect I had for Chris Underwood's game in Edge of Extinction. Because Cliff has really played like the entire summer where Chris just like laid out with everything hanging out for 38 days and then came
and we
back.
appreciated that. And we
I'm
thank you,
here
Chris
for it.
Underwood. Thank
Yeah.
you.
But I would still have to rank Cliff 21 out of 21 winners because he was evicted. Like, we can't erase that fact, you know. We
for like 10 minutes.
It doesn't matter. Like, an eviction is still an eviction. And go ahead.
He took
I agree with that.
He took a vote flip, ended up winning the battle back, and then turn around and win the HOH.
I mean,
you're telling me that he's better than Adam?
Huh?
Adam lasted like a 90-some days without being evicted. That cannot be said about Cliff. I mean, it's I think
Are
that
you
Cliff
kidding
is
me?
a better. No, I'm serious. I think that Cliff is a better player.
Seriously?
But in
Okay.
a winner, it's unfair for us to give shit to Evil Dick, to Rachel, to Jordan.
I'm going
for production interference, but we're giving Cliff a pass because he's likable.
Okay. So it's the same thing, right? Like, if you're gonna say, and you've said this before, Dick won because Danny's there, Rachel won because of the twist that existed, then you can't say that Cliff is not still there because of the twist that existed. It's the same scenario. They won because of the twist, because of the setup. Cliff won because he had the setup to come back in. It's the same thing. Do I think Cliff's a top 5 winner? Absolutely not. But Cliff is not 21 of 21.
Not.
The other thing, remember, Tyler, even though he got voted out, he was the 4th one out of 4 voted out that got to battle back. Everybody was in the house the whole time. Now, if those other 3 people had been sequestered away in a hotel room, David, for 3 weeks before they brought him in to compete, then I would question production on that. But they didn't. Those people were able to be in the house, socializing, building those social skills just in case they were the one to come back in. Literally, the only one that was out of the house for more than, not even, was David.
Yeah, I mean that's just simply a technicality in my opinion. And just to clarify, like when I am talking about Dick, Rachel, Jordan, I'm not talking about the pre-existing relationships they had, like with Dick having Danny and Rachel having Brendan. I'm talking about America's player literally saving Evil Dick from being evicted when he was against Dustin. I'm talking about production. I'm talking about production making the Pandora's box twist for Rachel and Jordan to win that veto together to save them, so Shelley doesn't go on to win the season. That's what I'm talking about. So
that's the same thing as Cliff being evicted and coming back by a twist. It was a twist that saved them. If that twist doesn't happen, they're evicted just as much as Cliff is. So it's the same exact scenario. I can't back you on that, Tyler. It's the same scenario.
Andrew, I agree with you that it's the same exact scenario, but that's why I have, if you look at my Twitter, I have a pinned tweet of a ranking of all of the Big Brother winners and my rankings of them. And I have them at the bottom for those reasons. And Cliff will absolutely be in that kind of subcategory of winners, very low at the bottom.
But you can't say someone wasn't a good winner because of a twist, because that's the game. The game is twists.
So is Chris Underwood your last survivor?
He did not have safety. Remember, he did not have safety when he came back into the game.
Doesn't matter. He was evicted from this game.
And one side of me doesn't.
I will die on this hill.
Okay. One part of me
he will too
on this. Okay. Because I think when you're voted out, you're voted out. But it is Big Brother, and there is going to be twists, and those twists could help you or could hurt you. And it helped Cliff. He wasn't a fan favorite early on. He was the old man. They were,
he had a huge target on his back the whole first half of the game.
Yeah, he throws Jack and Mickey on the block.
Tyler, let me ask you a question.
Comes out of the HOH and is good.
You're about to call me out on my list, aren't you?
Huh?
No, I didn't look at it.
Okay.
If Cliff and Jessica were final two, who deserves to win?
I would vote for. Let's be clear. I would vote for Cliff to win. I think that he's the better player, but not the better winner. Like it's very hard to explain.
So contradicting. That is
no.
So
I know.
I
know. I know. I totally agree, and I hear my contradictions, but of course, like Cliff is a better, more capable player than Jessica. However, I amongst all the other winners, I have to dock him for being evicted. That is something that he has that no other winner has.
If you're taking that same logic right there and you're casting a vote for Cliff or Jessica, you have to use the same logic that Cliff was evicted, therefore Jessica played the better game, therefore Jessica should have my vote.
I will tell you, if I were on that jury, like filming that jury segment, I would probably be the voice of reason for, maybe voting for Jessica over Cliff because of that.
That's not reason.
I would get up out of my chair and punch you in the face.
That's fine. I mean, I will. It doesn't matter if, like, Kim, if you got eliminated in Sequester and came back, I would say the same thing to you. The only way I would ever be okay with it is if it happens to me on a future season of Sequester.
Oh, yeah, okay. And then would you redo your list?
I would probably just unpin that tweet and just forget about it.
So Joseph brings up a good point in the chat, and I think it's something that should be discussed. If Tommy gets in the final two and Christy blabs that they knew each other, what happens to Tommy's game at that point as he goes to the jury and that happens?
That's tough.
Because Christy's going to say something. There's no way Christy gets in that jury house and doesn't say anything.
I'd be shocked.
That's going to fuck his game because people are going to know that he had an unfair advantage the whole game.
Yeah.
Okay, but what if he's sitting next to Kat or to Holly?
What about
it? Because Holly had the connection to Kat.
Okay, so I think that he beats Holly. Just because I think that they're going to look at Holly as really having not made the decisions. I mean,
she's no winner pick.
I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying look at what Tommy has said. Look at what Christy has said. Look at what Holly has said herself. She's looked at as Jackson's girlfriend. She's not looked at as I'm Holly, I've won. I'm Holly 24. Holly Allen 24 Wyoming.
Who's respected by the jury?
Huh?
With each person, who has the respect of the jury?
Respect of the jury, I think.
The jury needs to respect himself before they worry about who else they respect.
I think I think Cliff and right now, coming into tonight, not Nicole, but how many more challenges are there? What if Nicole wins 2 more challenges? The only one who's won more than her is Jackson, right?
So I have to agree to disagree.
Of course you do, Gibson.
For 2 reasons. One, Nicole, I think going on the Nicole point, I think Nicole can make the veto claim. Like, I didn't get play enough to make comp wins matter. But going back to the Holly point, me and Tyler talked about this during Mickey's HOH, not this one, but the one previous, on the Nick flip on all of that. Holly made a lot of those decisions for Mickey. I feel like Holly has been a driving force for Nikki, whatever. And I feel that Holly can get up there and prove that she has played the game a little bit. I don't remember the exact conversation, Tyler, but I remember a couple weeks ago, me and you having that conversation about how it was Mickey's HOH, but Holly was the one that was saying, I want Nick gone. We need to keep Christy. I think the Christy flip happened because of Holly and her getting in Mickey's ear to make that flip. So I don't think Holly is Mickey's doormat at all. I think Holly has been letting him take the place while being the devil in his ear and the angel on his shoulder and helping to steer that in different directions. I think Holly's pulled Mickey's strings, not the other way around.
My big Greek wedding, Mickey was the head of the house, but Holly was the neck that turned the head. Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
How much of this fight this week, and with Holly, calling him a fucking asshole in front of everybody, and just telling everybody, how horrible he is, while they're fighting, how much of that has damaged their game?
I think that's a good thing for Holly's game.
It may have.
I don't think Holly takes Mickey.
It may have a little bit with Christy, but she's not there now.
I would love for Holly to cut Jackson at final 3. That would be
amazing.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I see it. I could see it happening.
I could too.
I really could. Do you guys think that Cliff
I could see her cutting him at 4.
Do you think Cliff and Nicole have more winner's equity at this point than like Jackson, Tommy, or Holly? Do you guys think that they're kind of on the rise now after tonight?
I think they were rising before tonight, but I think tonight helped.
Yeah.
I think that they've got the winner's equity. I think they've got the winner's edit going. And
I don't think there's anyone here that doesn't.
Yeah, and it's going to 100% depend on who wins this next HOH.
Can you guys think
I'm manifesting a Cliff HOH.
Actually, I don't even think it's this HOH. I think they're safe through this HOH.
I don't know. Tracy Burke says, can Cliff or Nicole win with most of the jury being the Grateful Alliance? I don't think the Grateful Alliance mattered anymore past like week 5.
I think they do. I think if Tommy's sitting in the final 2, Tommy wins because not only was he part of Grateful, but he did everything shy of getting down on his knees and unzipping a zipper to get Grateful to stay together.
Yeah,
so,
that's true. And his social game is impeccable.
His social game is amazing. And especially if it ends up being Cliff and Nicole at the end, then wasn't that undeniable? That's all in jury?
We haven't seen any jury segments yet, correct?
Yeah, we saw one.
Yes, we did. We saw one last week with Sis, Kat, and Jack.
Okay, yeah. I think I missed it. Of course, that's like the one episode I missed. But I don't want to give Tommy too much credit yet because this is what we were saying about Tyler last year at this point. He has such great social bonds with everybody, and of course it bit him in the butt in the end. People, especially in this jury house, they're sitting there for a long time, and once they start comparing notes and saying Tommy had a really good relationship with you too. Tommy had an agreement with you as well. It wasn't just this great bond that him and I had. It was all game, and now I feel like a fool. But
did he have final 2s with everybody?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if he necessarily had final 2s with them, but I feel like it's kind of the spirit of the same rule that he is kind of dancing with breaking at this point. We have to think in modern Big Brother, the juries do get better and they do take it personally. As much as we can sit here and say the best player wins every season. Of course I wanted Casey to win last year. Tyler was the better player, of course. But he just was unable to seal the deal at the end. And we saw the same thing with Paul. This could easily happen again if Tommy doesn't play the final 2 speech right, and he needs to take a book from Andy from Big Brother 15. He had a really, really great final speech where he really managed that jury very, very well.
Okay, but
this is the week for Tommy.
We're talking the difference between this jury with people Sis, Jessica. How I would be so embarrassed to be Jackson in the final 2 and say, yeah, I was HOH twice and took out 2 big targets. I got rid of Sis and Jessica.
Yeah.
Really?
Congratulations.
Oh, Andrew is gone.
I am.
He'll come back.
Do you think there's going to be anybody bitter in the jury?
I think that there are going to be some bitter people in the jury as soon as they start comparing notes. I think there are going to be some bitter people, but will they be bitter votes? I don't know, because, you know, they all love each other. I have never heard "I love you." So I wish Dr.
Oh my
Wilson
God, so
did know,
much.
I hate every single one of you. But I mean, and when Jessica was leaving and they're going, family forever. And I'm like, wait till you get out.
Threw up 3 times because of that.
Yeah, it's like, wait till you see the live feeds. Christy, tell me how much you're going to love Holly when she just spent today and yesterday especially saying what a bitch you are, and I'm not losing to Christy fucking Murphy. That's going to
at least she was right. At least she was right.
I think that this is the week for Tommy to make or break his final 2 speech. If he can reposition himself this week, I think he has a shot at it. He can say, I did exactly what Cliff and Nicole did. I repositioned myself when I needed to right in the middle, and to be able to do that. I think, and then he can make the case that I did it without Christy here. So I think this is the make or break week for Tommy's game.
Which way does Tommy go, though? Does he go with Cliff and Nicole, or does he go with
You have to go with Cliff and Nicole.
He has to. He's not going to. He's got a clearer path to the final 2 with Cliff and Nicole than he does with Jessica or with Holly and Snacky.
As much as I hate to say this, I agree with Kim.
Who is Tommy's number 1 like best chance to win this game? Who should he sit next to?
Right now, today,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He beats. I think he beats Holly. I think he beats Nicole. I think he beats Jackson, and I think that he would have a tough battle, possibly with Cliff.
Not if I was in that jury. I'll tell you that much.
Why? What do you think?
I mean, if it's Tommy and Cliff, no, like there's no shadow of a doubt in my mind. Like, of course, Tommy should win that.
Why?
From what we talked about earlier, of course, because Cliff was evicted from this game.
Well, okay, but that's because you're a bitter juror.
That is the total opposite of bitter. That is like putting like the rules and fundamental like isms of this game before anything else.
If you're looking at gameplay, if you're looking at social and strategic gameplay,
I mean,
it's going to be Tommy and Cliff would be the closest battle. I think it'd be a 5-4 vote.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's 5-4 votes for like pretty much like any kind of combination of these. Like I really could see it going either way, depending on like how the jury is swaying, like how they're convincing each other. The final questions being asked, of course. Hopefully they get a little bit more time to do that this year than the previous seasons have been lately. Those things are always rushed, and it drives me nuts.
So I have to go back to something because I went to go look for Tyler's Twitter so I could look up this Big Brother winner list, and I can't.
Here we go.
I can't find it, so that shows how I can't. I do your little @TLions. I can't find your Twitter, so that shows how irrelevant you and your opinions are.
I mean, no, that's totally fair. My opinions are garbage. Yeah, no, I can bring up the tweet for you. I don't know why my Twitter's not showing up, but totally valid. Thank you so much, Andrew. But yeah, I have.
It's right here.
I can't find it.
What are you talking about?
Do you not follow him?
It's right here.
No, I don't.
Hold on, right here, May the 11th. He's got them listed. He says Dan, Will, Andy, Maggie.
There you go.
Derek, Hayden. Who is that? Dave. Who is that?
Who, James?
Huh?
Big Brother Canada.
He's using cans in there.
Oh, you put Dane up. Oh my God. Anyway,
Dane played a great game.
June. John. I'm assuming you mean John Party.
Yeah.
Drew, Kevin, Boogie, Nicole, Ian, Steve, Casey, Paris, Jillian, Tamar. Oh, you included celebrity. Lisa. Hi, Duncan. Sarah, Dick, Rachel, Jordan, Marissa, Josh. Oh, the brothers, and Adam.
Okay, so I didn't put them dead last.
Adam is dead last. He wasn't a twist winner. The brothers, why did you put them second to last? Because
I mean, they literally they asked Arissa if they could nominate and evict themselves. Like, that's how bad they were at the game.
I have so many issues with this list.
What's your biggest issue with this list, Andrew?
My biggest issue of this list is you're talking about advantages and being able to play the game, and you have celebrity Big Brother people that play a shorter, condensed, much easier game higher than people that played a 99-day game. People that have every luxury handed to them and they play. No, that like the fact that you have celebrity Big Brother people above Dick, above Rachel, above Jordan, above Josh, above the fact that you've got Josh so low. Do I think he's a great winner? But you're saying all this twist crap, and you've got Dick and them ahead of Josh. Your list is just so contradictory.
Okay. So according to you, length of days played really is a big factor in determining who how good of a player they are. Based on that,
not necessarily a factor, yeah.
Based on that logic, all Big Brother Canada winners should be below any Big Brother US winners. So that's just simply not logic that should be used in this.
Personally, I would not have put celebrity Big Brother, nor would I.
Yeah, I mean that's all.
Nor would I put it BB Can in there. Because you're trying to compare apples to oranges.
And I think you do all that. Big Brother Canada.
Where's Morgan?
BBOTT is the one season I didn't watch.
You didn't watch BBOTT.
I didn't watch BBOT. And
how did you not?
All the time. Oh, whoops. Sorry, Deb. I didn't mean to kick you out. I was trying to remove my controversial Twitter list. Go ahead, Deb. Sorry.
How did you not watch BBOTT? Seriously.
I don't know, but Allison will kill me if she was on the show and she heard me say that. But no, I've never seen BBOTT. So.
Well, if you did, you would know that Jason should have won. And
I agree.
The only reason Morgan won was because the fans got to vote and they were making up, fake accounts and people were all these credit cards to make up their accounts and so they could vote for her. And it was just voter fraud out the wazoo.
So Andrew, I have a challenge for you. I want to do a podcast with you where we go through each other's rankings and we just really battle it out one of these days. I would love to do that.
I told Allison that in the off season, me and you should do a weekly or once a month or twice a month show where she gives us a top 10 list and she gives us 10 players. So it could be top 10 best winners, top 10 best first boots, top 10 best twists. And we make and present and debate our lists.
Okay.
I am so into this idea.
A list of top 10 best dressed and you do not put Alyssa as number one, then
top 10 best dressed.
Street cred.
Did you say dressed?
Yes.
Oh, I can't do that list.
And you're saying I can do that list. And you're saying Alyssa from Big Brother 15?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay, the girl got up and showered every day, unlike some present households. And dressed and even, okay, I'm sorry, but
the chat is agreeing that our episodes would be fun, Tyler. Weston said I would watch that. That would be so much fun. Sorry.
I am so into this idea.
And then can we do a finale with you two, like boxing or something like that? You two
and
beating the shit out of each other.
Deb, Allison, and Kim have to vote for the winner. Whoever's lists are better. Sorry, go ahead, Kim.
I wasn't talking.
Were you? Sorry, I thought you wanted to finish your thought about Alyssa Slater showering on like some of these house guests.
That's long gone now.
Mm-hmm.
Best dressed house guest is Donnie. The camo's in.
I
don't know about that. Not almost
Kevin Schleuber.
That is a good pick.
That's a good pick.
That's a really good pick. I'm still waiting for him to mail me a bow tie. Remember when he said he would do that?
Oh, I'll message him.
My best dressed
right now.
My best dressed reality contestant of all time would be Kim Mattina in Sequester 2.
Oh, that's true. I agree with that.
Thank you.
You and Cam both looked really good on finale night.
Oh, thank you. That was so sweet.
Kim knows that I'm one of her number one fans.
Kim, are you my date for Vegas?
I guess so. I don't know. I either I'm your date or I'm picking someone up on the strip. Never mind.
I think we should. I'm ready. Anybody that would like to be Kim's date to Vegas, you can send all applications to Andrew Gibson on Facebook. I will accept all applications, and then I will create a online reality game of who wants to be Kim's date to Vegas.
We'll play catching Kim instead of catching Kelsey. Okay.
I can get behind this, and I would have Tyler help me in aspects that I'm not good at, like dressing and looks and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and Big Brother list. Yeah, I can definitely help her. I can definitely help them out with that too, because Andrews is slacking. But yeah, we can definitely hook you up in Vegas, Kim. We'll be your wingmen.
Beth Dixon said Kim was smoking hot on the finale.
You guys are so bad.
I love it.
Taking it back to the show.
I mean,
As Kim's 70 shades of red right now.
I cannot wait for Christy to walk in the jury house, because Jessica's parting words were that she was predicting 100% that like 100% like Jackson will be like next voted out for sure.
Sure.
And it's going to be interesting because Christy said that Jackson's going to win. Didn't say Tommy's going to win.
I think that's just a way to
put a target on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was putting a target on him. That was just to put a target on Jackson.
She said it to Julie.
She said it in her after interview.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Why would
she didn't say it in the house? She said it.
No,
to
she
Julie.
did. She did when she was saying her speech. She was saying she looked at Jackson and told him he was going to win. She did say that. We had to read. It was very quick.
Yeah.
She also said at one point in the last couple of days that Cliff was going to win. She also said at one point that Tommy would win. So Christy.
Joseph Boza says that Christy is the Cher Horowitz of BB21.
The Cher
what?
The Cher.
That Christy is the Cher Horowitz of BB21.
I don't get that reference.
I don't.
Oh my God. You don't know who Cher Horowitz is?
No.
Google it.
Oh gosh, I'm afraid. But
you're clueless right now.
She was Alicia Silverstone played her in Clueless.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
But unless you guys had any other thoughts, I think we're pretty good here. Very exciting. Just to wrap it up, a very exciting final five that we have here. I really struggled to think of a final five that had like this much fluidity to it. I don't know, maybe like Big Brother 17, I guess. Well, no, that was kind of like, will Vanessa pull out the win or not?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I really struggled to think of one where really like anybody could win.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Anyone can win this game out of these final five. Absolutely. I agree.
Let me pose a question. Who is the least likely not to win, but to make final two?
The least likely to make final two?
I say Jackson.
I agree. I think he's the front runner right now in everybody's opinion or anybody's mindset, and I don't think anybody would actually take him unless they take him to 3 and he wins it himself.
Yeah,
and there's no way he's winning 3.
I was going to say, why wouldn't you take him? He doesn't know the dates at all. I could sit next to him in the mental comp and kick his ass.
I just think that somebody
if he wins
him.
He wins the endurance comp.
So he wins part 1.
And then part 3 is jury statements.
Crapshoot.
Agreed, but why would you put him in that position? If he's the fan favorite, if he's the favorite to win, I would say on the betting odds, Jackson's got the best odds from Vegas. Why would you put him in that position?
Right now, I don't think Jackson's got the best odds, but
I don't think he has the best odds, but I think he has the biggest target out of anybody. I think somebody has to take a shot at him.
Because
I
legitimately, I could see potentially, depending on what happens with this next HOH, I could potentially see Cliff and Nicole flipping as a pair. I don't think I just do not see or let's put it this way, not necessarily flipping as a pair, but I could see them maybe not trying as hard for Tommy to be able to win the next HOH.
The next HOH is probably going to be a mental comp, which it usually is. It's usually questions.
And it's going to be Nicole or Tommy.
If Jackson's in the finale, he wins.
But Nicole can't play in the next HOH.
Right.
Tommy's going to win it.
Cliff is really good with mental comps too.
Wait, so we're saying this final 5 comp's going to be a mental comp?
I think it's going to be.
I think it's going to be skill based, and then 4 will be mental.
It's going to be a skill comp. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be mental.
Keep in mind that that Days veto has to be coming up either in Final 5 or Final 4.
What does?
Like
the days.
On what day did Kim win Sequester? On what day did Amanda get called a stank pussy hoe? Like things like that.
I would think that's got to be at 5. That was day 1. Trust me. For the first time. I think it's going to be. We already know it's BB Comics at Final 5.
Oh, that's
going to get 4.
So, Cliff. So Cliff isn't going to win. He's not going to win BB Comics.
It's either Tommy or Holly.
Wait, is BB Comics the HOH? Did she say, or is that going to be a POV?
It's usually POV, but I see it being HOH.
And freaking Swaggy and Bailey are gonna host the Sunday HOH comp.
Okay, so the BB Comics is HOH?
If it's
BB Comics is veto.
Oh, veto.
So if it's POV, they all get to play in it. Holly, I think, will do well.
I think Nicole will do well too.
I don't know.
It's usually physical.
She's too little. I don't think she'll have the strength. I think it's going to come down to Holly and Jackson.
What about Tommy?
Huh?
Tommy has a shot.
I think he have a shot, but he's so tiny. He's shorter than Nicole.
It depends what BB Comics comp it is.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had them where
they're
hanging on the trapeze. You have them where last year they had to put them through that obstacle course in different spots. Like there's not a set BB Comics comp. Like I think the obstacle course Tommy would be good at.
Yeah.
The obstacle course, maybe. Remember the trapeze one with the climbing the wall and stuff? See, that one I don't think he'd be good at because he's so small.
The height of getting to that wall would be tough.
But I'm trying to think. The next HOH could be. God, I wish they would switch things up so that we're not sitting here going through our little minds of.
That's how Kevin won Big Brother Canada 5. So Kevin in Big Brother Canada 5, he like literally wrote down every competition that had been played in seasons past and memorized like when the comps would be and memorized like the questions and stuff like that. And he literally just like won out from Final 8 on. He like broke the game basically.
Thomas the Talker said Swaggy will be in All Stars 2, and that is where I end my show.
I don't disagree with that, actually. Like clearly production loves him, so it could happen. It could happen.
In All Stars, he was first.
You know he would go back in a heartbeat too. He would love that.
Go back in a heartbeat. Absolutely, he would.
He needs it.
Maybe if it was a second chances kind of show.
Yeah, second chances I could see. But let's think.
Or a hero's villain.
If you think in terms of All Stars and the fact that we've got from seasons 8 all the way up to 21, that's why I don't think it's going to be All Stars. And there's certain people that will not be back unless other people are there. So, because like, I think it was Dan who said he would not play All Stars unless Will was there.
Will and Derek.
And that's what I want. Give me those 3 in the same damn season.
But Dick's not going to get asked back, I don't think.
No, it wasn't Dick. It was Will and Derek.
Oh, I thought you said Dick.
No, Derek.
No Dick. You just have Dick on the brain.
Yeah.
Oh, or that.
That's never on Deb's brain. So real quick, last manifest for Final 5 HOH. What are we thinking? I think Tommy's gonna win this.
I'm manifesting a Cliff win.
Okay. Cliff, Tommy, what do you guys think?
I'm manifesting a Holly win because I want Jackson to go home on her HOH.
That would be so cool.
A Holly win because I want Jackson to go home on her HOH. At Final 5, HOH is just a freaking immunity necklace. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Veto holds the power.
At 5?
Amazing.
5 and 4.
Agree. Veto, yes.
At 5, you're the tiebreaker.
Right, but Veto can help set up who votes.
No, 4 is the one where your HOH is nothing more than your safe.
Right.
Because the veto winner is the sole vote.
Yes, but I think that at 5, I think it's 5 and 6 is when veto becomes more important than head of household.
True.
I agree. 4 is where it's the most important, but I believe that's where around 6 is where the HOH, because the entire game of Big Brother to me is HOH power, veto power, and it slowly does.
Yeah, I totally agree.
At no point does veto go this much higher than HOH, with the exception of Final 4. See,
I think right around 6 is where it starts to come right here, and then at 4 it's here.
I want to see the votes at 5. How many times it could have been 1-1, but they didn't want the HOH to break the tie. That HOH is incredibly important at 5.
But another reason I think veto becomes more important is because as the numbers dwindle, there's less places to hide, and veto's the only competition that you can technically win week after week after week. Sure. So if you were the previous HOH, that veto's your only safety. Like that is Nicole's only safety this week, and so that is one of the reasons I believe that the veto importance begins to go up because there's less places to hide.
But that's why you've got to be strategic, or you need to play the game where they're not going to put you up. For example, are they going to go after Nicole over Mickey, over Tommy, over Cliff? And she's the outgoing HOH and doesn't get to play at Final 5.
I think if Tommy was being diplomatic, he puts up her over Cliff because she put him up.
I don't think so.
He's not going to do that because he knows that he could potentially, that Cliff is a tougher road than Nicole. Right now, that's the way it is. So if you're playing for the $500,000, you're going to risk Nicole going out over Cliff going out? That's like going, ooh, I won HOH and I got out Sis and Jess.
Exactly. And that's why Mickey's HOHs are not that impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. If I were ever in Big Brother, I would not want to win this final 5 HOH. I mean, putting yourself in the final 4 with no chance to win HOH, and you only have power veto to assure your safety and not being on the block, like it would be very hard for me to not throw the final 5 HOH. Honestly, it's scary.
The last thing I have to say, and then I'll let Tyler or Kim wrap us up, is Kim, manifest the fucking truth.
But Tyler, I do not see Jackson throwing anything because of his pride will get in the way.
Oh yeah,
throw it. He wouldn't throw it.
And he's too much of a bull in a china shop to do that.
Exactly.
Between manifesting and who I think would win a final 5 HOH, I think Jackson's going to win the final 5 HOH. That is not what I want. I would love to see
or Holly.
Huh?
Or Holly.
Or Holly what?
Could win the final HOH. This final 5 HOH. Those are my 2 picks that'll win.
No, I think weren't we manifesting shit here? Come on, get with the program, Gibson. So what I was is that I think that Jackson, just because of his competitive nature, unless it is mental, is going to win the next HOH. But that's not what I want. I would like to see Cliff win the next HOH.
Right.
And I was agreeing with you and saying that I do not want it, but I think if Jackson doesn't win it, Holly will.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think Cliff's going to win the next one. I just do. He's due.
Well, we shall see. But I think that wraps it up for us tonight. And of course, we'll be back on Tuesday to talk about, of course, who wins this final 5 HOH. We'll have the veto winner and what happens with that. We'll probably have a really solid idea of who is going out the door come our next show on Tuesday. So I can't wait to see how it all plays out. But thank you guys for Kim and Andrew, and of course, as always, Deb. Thank you guys all for joining, and I hope me steering the ship tonight instead of Allison wasn't too rocky of seas, but we made through it, and now me and Andrew have a off-season show to look forward to as well. So all good things ahead for the rest of the season and for what's to come. But Kim, how can we find the Queen of Sequester on social media?
Oh, thank you. Right there. Look, I'm getting better at the point. Right there.
I still have not mastered it. There you go. Andrew, sorry, go ahead, Kim.
On everything. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just keep interrupting people. Yes, we can find Kim at Kim Matina, the one and only. And then Andrew, where can we find you on social media if you want to be found?
You could find me on Facebook, but you can also find me on Twitter because I'm making an I Want to Be Kim's Vegas date Twitter that will be up and comforting by this evening. So feel free to shout out to that because it will be live this evening with
show
with a Google.
Okay, you guys, my 40th class reunion is a week from Saturday, and I was going to message Jesse Larson to meet me in Chicago. I'm going to drive in.
Oh my God. But can you take him shirtless with a bow tie? Because they have to see his nipples. Like Jesse's really nice nipples.
I'm not worried about the nipples. I'm worried about the abs.
Yeah, well, shirtless with a bow tie.
So for those of you that are applying, face in the whole pictures with Jesse Larson's body will win you brownie points as me, Kim, Tyler, and Deb sift through applications.
This would be a great off-season show for us to make Kim like a Tinder or a Hinge account and go through all of that. I would love to do that.
You need to stop right now.
Kim, I'm just trying to get you cast on Big Brother. That's where all the casting people are finding people on Tinder.
You won't find Kim there. You will only find her on 2 websites. I know you're so nervous about what I'm about to say, but that would be Christian Mingle and FarmersOnly.com.
Yeah.
Thank God he didn't say Pornhub.
No, that's
Deb, that's your side.
Tyler, sign off.
That is so funny. And Deb, where can we find you online?
Right here.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for everybody that was in the chat tonight. I'm sorry I didn't get to see and kind of highlight. I don't know what happened there. I'll have to ask Allison about that once she's off the toilet seat. Yeah. So with that being said, have a great rest of your evening, everybody, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.